Danganronpa.
Such ignorance.
You're talking to the wrong person, you waste of space. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know? See how she was doing? But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she was saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff.
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Alright, let's go knock on the door. Might as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think that the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But...
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Well, we all know who Toko fancies. Byakuya Togami. Hey, Byakuya, do you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few minutes...
What do you want?
Leave me alone, you're all so annoying. Byakuya...
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry, I keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's go back to the investigation. Hold it! Hey Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise.
What?
Hmm? Oh, well, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But...
Stop talking.
If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya? I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library. Come on, let's go in. Is the evidence that proves that Genocide Jack really is in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
So it's in this room. If I remember, on the other side of this door is the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It'll all make sense once we're inside. Whoa, so many books and files. And so much dust too.
So in other words...
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover the value for yourself. There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things?
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth from a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are very... Oh, I'll try and read it again. If you are ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. God, I hate that I mess up on some of the words. My tongue just twists. This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I pick one at random. Ah, so you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
That's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original was kept in the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in peeking at it. Without making a sound, I return the file to the shelf. Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudges in the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful when I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? Alright, good that. There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are initial documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here.
Interesting.
It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guy's problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not like that, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use, I can't keep up with all this, it's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? But how to believe it so easily? Things like that are truly usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usual? Normal? Ordinary? Simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying that you've read all these documents, and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room, just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, but not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that even possible?
So in other words...
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have with me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interests me with the most... was the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than one of a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my most recent favourites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there aren't so many, allow me to quickly summarise the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. With the second characteristic where the victims are suspended, the only ones who know about that particular fact are the members of the police and the higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this kind of act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
In other words,
That's right. There is evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer. Really is walking around among us.
interesting.
Things really are starting to get interesting, aren't they? Never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what you've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Byakuya, about the Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Byakuya handed me the file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hands stopped. I had reached the page where the photos from the crime scene had all been collected. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran out on several pages. Ken Harada, 32, Chihiro Honda, 17, Shoji Gaku, 23, Kano Isai, 14, Takeshi Yoshihide, 30, Kamishi Taru, Takifumi Gono, Uchida Noshihisa, Takeshi Masamune, Yuta Fusajima. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's paternal siblings were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. At each of the scene of each murder, the word blood loss was left in the victim's own blood. And now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page? Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave they were in a panic. Because eyewitnesses have never come forward, it's unlikely that there was any external reason for this. This confused behaviour suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from disactivated identity disorder.
So, in other words,
the key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one's way more unbelievable than anything else until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb.
let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Ah, wait, Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to
Come
play
on,
with you.
enough of your annoying misappropriations. Did you really think we'll be together this entire time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go to investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some information I might use. Some more information that I might find useful whilst I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Okay. So let's go back to bath. Not a bathhouse, the pool. Speak to Hifumi. Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find? I can't reveal that just yet.
That's it.
But
I'm
I
sure of
guarantee
it.
what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Lunenberg says she witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she see?
Well, it would seem...
She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where is Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Huh, this poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite fit the boys' locker room. Yeah, we've already heard him talk about that.
Damn.
Chihiro's presence here was especially weak. Her body and her soul.
No forgiveness!
To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. Talk to Kyoko. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get along, and I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of evidence. Well, one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time thoroughly. Although her handbook is missing, you might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I'd better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like a kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug. Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that it's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. There's the issue of her being suspended, and a fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think that much about it either of them. Seeing them again and looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. Yeah, we've we've gone through that. It's the bloodstained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. And the girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room there's a poster of a popular boy band, and in the girls' room there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What's the reason? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
They said Sayaka. Whoopsie. I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay then, let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However...
But there's something that has been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse, it's not the highest quality, but it doesn't have a lot. But I don't have a lot of other options. I make protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day, I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room, and it left the stain. Stain? I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
Of course.
Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with? Okay. I think I need to go back to the library. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. There is a clue. Looking at it. No, I don't want the bookshelves. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see, it's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it, it definitely wasn't on, and it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right, Byakuya was using it as an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Alright, now we need to go see Celeste. Oh, there's still more? Ah, the laptop's gone. Yeah, we've already read that. What else is there? Get back in the room. The desk lamp. Byakuya grabbed the one thing from over here and put it over there. It sure is dark over there. The wooden box is empty. The extension cord was in there before. Surveillance camera. Someone's using these cameras to watch people die. As much as it gets on my nerves, I better leave it alone. I want to take another look at the genocide check case file. I know it was around here somewhere. It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that. I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Okay, let's go see Celeste. But I think we've got enough. We've got enough evidence then. Well, where did she say she was? She was in the storage room. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything. Fucking hell, I am so bad at. My tongue keeps twisting. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I know you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. And you did find something. Very well, I will tell you, and only you.
Actually...
Last night I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What, really?
Indeed.
This was right before night time.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was always like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes,
I
indeed.
assumed that she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would have ever happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Let's try talking to Hina. Oh, hi Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimming and I got pretty hungry.
Yeah!
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. It was not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about it. Speak of which, what are you eating?
Huh?
A donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. Oh, I should have at least tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. I didn't really hang out with the other girls too much. It was like she was trying to keep a distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And when it was just us, either it was like she just stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know, she talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex? But it's totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe she just used to be... Maybe she was just used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I really saw her as that kind of girl. I really never saw her as that kind of girl. God, my speech is pretty bad. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Right. Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. It took me for ages to find that last piece of information. I thought I was to find the duffel bag, but I just needed to speak to Hina. Anyway, the red door is right through here. So now let's find out who murdered Chihiro. I mean, I know who did it, but I'm not going to spoil it now. So is everyone ready? Ready to what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... I really don't remember.
Come on!
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? It's a crucial part of this class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out. Taking your screen. Just 1 minute, please. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you dragged a girl around. Terrible. You're just terrible. So now, everyone's here, right? Okay then, push them onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here.
Hey, come on!
Fucking Toko, man. Got her so worked up. You ready? You doing this? I don't know why the killer did what he did, but
Count on it!
I'm sure it'll work itself out, just as always prevails, right bro? Well, I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weekend individual.
Oh, very
Miss
sad.
Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe. There is something odd about Toko's behaviour. I do not think more shock is enough to explain it. Mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one. I gave you plenty to work with. Shows how far your logic can take you.
Shall we go?
Shall we begin? Let's go. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds, deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop.